That boy Patton is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know it's the mailman, aka the streets, aka the hold on, golly. Okay.
Draft guard activated.
There we go, right there. You already know, man. And I'm gonna bring up my man Killer Cal in the building. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is. Let me make matter of fact, we got to get an intro for you, Cal. But right now, man, I just want to give everybody applause for tuning in tonight. It's gonna be one great show, man. This is Keys to Victory. A lot of y'all fans was out there today, man. Appreciate y'all sending them boys off like how y'all did, man. I wish y'all could have been out there, but I didn't know it was going down. But I did get an email telling me that, you know, that when they come back, that, you know, we can be out there and hopefully we bringing them boys back in with a dub, man. But other than that, like I said, man, it's the Texans on 3, and we about to bring it like we always bring it, y'all.
That's what's up.
So how y'all boys doing tonight, man?
Say, bro, I was over here writing to that beat.
Hey, yeah, no, that's a nice little old beat right there, man. Hey, that's produced by yours truly, man. Y'all know we gets down, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I really, really, really appreciate y'all. Let me give y'all a bomb. Those Texans fans that sent those boys off. I don't know if it's Beltway. I don't want to say the wrong name, but somebody online said, man, that whole little situation reminded them of the high school jackets, the Letterman jackets, and I didn't see where that tied in, but there was a few people in the comment area saying that they kind of get where they coming from with that. I'm like, golly, you can't send the team off? Like what we supposed to do? We just supposed to be like, hey, all right, just let them boys just go do their thing and us not send them off. I think it was a good idea. I think it really crunked them boys up because Joe Mixon ended up texting a little bit after that, you know what I'm saying, giving props to the city of Houston and all of that. So, man, I think them boys got the juice, man.
Most definitely. Watching Joe Mixon by the bus today, I was kind of looking to see like how the ankle doing, and then I seen earlier where they elevated Andrew Beck and JJ Taylor. So seeing him walking cool amongst that bus, let me know. All right, we good.
Yeah, I definitely think we good.
It's a business trip, man. Hey, shout out to the fans that was there, but this shit personal.
Hey, it's for real.
Yeah,
man. I think this game here is, you know, from being here from 2002 up until now, this is going to be the game that's going to define our franchise. This can catapult us to the greatest of heights or just, you know, level of mediocrity. You know, we've seen teams in the past. We saw, you know, I mean, we can use San Diego Chargers when they had Phillip Rivers.
Oh, okay, damn.
Hey, I'm on my stuff today. Hey, when they had Phillip Rivers, you know, great throw of the ball, weapons all around him, like one AFC championship game, like, you know, and you have to bring that level down of greatness to, you know, that franchise. Like, this can be that pivotal point that we could say, you know what? I remember when we brought down the Kansas City Chiefs, and that was the start of our Super Bowl run. They was looking for 3 Super Bowls, and now we going on our 3rd Super Bowl straight. That's how I put stuff in the universe. So this can be the change of, you know, our fortunes on a positive side and a negative side. So I'm just gonna put that out there, man.
Yeah, it's very pivotal. Like you say, this is one of those swing. This is a one of those swings of the pendulum to where, like, if it swings one way, we can always be looking at this as like the what they call it, the BCAD moment, where this was this, and then after this we became that. And I believe if we, you know, I don't even like to think about us not bringing that game home, but even if we played close, even though I'm not looking for no moral victories, I'm so focused on where this game can catapult us to, but not only just because, you know, No, I really truly think I speak for all Texans fans when I say like we've gotten to a point where we don't care about what the outsiders think. We do our own thing. We know what we about. And I think that's what the team is about. So I don't know if I'm not really caring about being put on a national stage and everybody saying, okay, finally the Texans are a team to be reckoned with, because we always felt like that. But I just feel like if we win this game, this is just another game closer to winning that Super Bowl, y'all. Like I'm really looking for that Super Bowl. Like I ain't lying. I want to see the ring. I want to see them boys make it to that ring, man. And that's why we're gonna talk about the keys to this game. And I've thought about a few, and I'm gonna let y'all start off. I'm gonna go last. Who want to start off first with their keys to a victory?
I have two quick ones. Watching film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I watched us all season, so that's kind of simple. But watching the Chiefs up the middle. When you're going against great quarterbacks, you kill them up the middle, right? It was easy to deal with Brady. It was easy to deal with Peyton. It was easy to deal with all the greats if you can get pressure up the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my keys right now, my first one is the D line, but more so the D tackles. If those guys can collapse, guard and center, right?
Mm-hmm.
A gap, control that shit the whole game, create negative plays. Will and Daniil are going to feast all day, or at least make it hard for Patrick. Period.
And that's our game. That's really pretty much what you're saying is how we
that
play.
is the number one key to stopping a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, right? Now, that's I only have two keys now. That's my first one for the defense. My second one, CJ. CJ does not he does not need to have a extraordinary game. He does not need to have an elite game. He needs to have a complete mistake-free game.
Mm-hmm.
I can take 199 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. But we up 24-0. I can take that. You know what I'm saying? Meaning a defensive score and run a game and scoring. I mean, he's gonna in my mind, he's gonna throw for way more than one touchdown. I give him three. Three to high, two to low.
Mm-hmm.
But if CJ can manage the game, take what the defense gives him, and use his legs, the offense is gonna roll. Offense is gonna roll, bro. Because we have the momentum going into this game. We got the momentum, we got the energy. Like, it's us against the world.
Yeah.
Job not finished. There's no reason why we should not walk into that stadium, or how the youngsters say, walk in your trap and take your trap.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I see Joe on that right there. That's what Joe
is on the wall, bro.
gonna have them boys on that, man.
The writing is on the wall. You know what I'm saying? This is your moment. Capitalize on it, bro. Hey, Nick, like you say, collective conscience, right?
Mm-hmm.
I walked into the stadium last week telling everybody I was walking past. We winning today. We winning today. I just kept saying it as I walk away. We winning. We winning today. I've been saying that same shit since as I'm leaving the stadium. Mm-hmm. We got it next week. We winning next week. I'm telling you, we winning next week. Well, who we gonna play? The Chiefs? And I had no idea, but I knew. We playing the Chiefs. And here I am again telling y'all, we winning this week.
I truly believe it, man. What you got, Killer?
Yeah, I made a couple of points, man. The first one I want to say is Bobby and CJ is going to have a collaboration to call plays from the line of scrimmage. And the reason why I say that is you got to keep the same defensive personnel on the field. Don't give Spagnuolo, time to match your personnel on what you're, what you're subbing in.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think that, a hurry up offense and calling plays from the sideline, hurry up offense and no hood offense is two different things.
Right.
A hurry up offense means we call the play, let's get back to the line, we're going to snap the ball with 22 seconds on the play clock. Playing with tempo and calling the play as the play is over with, Bobby should know that if it's 2nd and 7 through 2nd and 5, these are the plays that we have lined out. And we're going to keep that personnel on the field. And the reason why you do that is, like I said, once again, you keep their personnel on the field. Now you can change your personnel. You know, you can go from having your wide receivers outside the hash mark to bunched in to, you know, faking end arounds, but they got to still have the same personnel on defense. And then on top of that, they're going to be reluctant to move Chris Jones. Now, he moved all up and down the line of scrimmage. But if you get him matched up on Titus, and I don't know if y'all went back and watched that game. When Titus started to put them paws on him,
he shut him down.
They took old boy down there to number 57 and say, let's go over there and let's go test the rookie.
Let's go try that.
Let's go test Fisher, because you're not doing nothing right here. Now the run game, they're not really, like, they're not gonna move the crowd on the run game.
Hey, mom.
But that pass game, like, hey, Jones couldn't do anything. That's my first one is, and I made a few, but I'm gonna stop on this one. If we're gonna run screens, we're gonna have to run screens to, and he's like one of my most unfavorite players on the roster, but it's gonna have to be Dalton Schultz. That you're gonna have to line him up and like it's a chip play, and he pretends to block like he always do, but at least chip him, turn around, and run it straight up the field. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep the linebackers honest. So once you do that, and the linebackers think that it's just going to be he's in there blocking, the second thing is a tight end seam route. Now, you run patterns and you run plays, not just because you just want to throw it to them, but you want to keep the linebackers honest. So I know Spagnuolo is going to come in and try to blitz, and he's going to blitz from, you know, everywhere. But if they're blitzing from where Dalton Schultz is running the seam route, all CJ have to do is take it's gonna be funny. Take 1, 2, 3, take a step back, and hit him in the seam route.
You know, with that old Texas 1, 2, 3.
Texas 1, 2, 3 the seam route.
Hey, you can't miss with that right there. for real, man. Me
1, 2, 3 Texas.
Me personally, my first key comes from the defense. One thing I saw D'Amico doing in the game against the Chargers, which I think that made the blitz even more potent, was the linebackers were involved. I don't know if y'all were seeing it. Like it was more than one time that you would see linebackers being involved in the blitz. And normally, you know, D'Amico doesn't blitz linebackers. It's very rare. But once I saw it 3 times in that Chargers game, I was like, oh, okay, D'Amico for real. D'Amico is turning to a whole other demon in the playoffs. Like, and that's why a lot of the times those blitzes were getting home. I think if the linebacker it's really gonna lie, I mean, it's gonna lay in the laps of the linebackers' paws. A lot of and I'm glad we got Christian Harrison and we got To'o and we got Al Shire back on the defense, and I think that makes for a big difference in what we had last time with them. We were limited kind of what we could do with the linebacker position. Didn't Hewitt make a good play anyway though in that game?
Which one?
In the game against Kansas City. Didn't he make a play?
Yeah, one.
When he had an interception, right?
I don't want to say a pick, but I know he had a good pass deflection.
Yeah, he did. Something was good in that game that Hewitt did, and it just made me think like, man, D'Amico really does have some kind of magic that he can sprinkle on linebackers to, even if it's for a game or two. But
do you remember last season, last playoffs, how the temperament of the linebackers changed from the regular season to the playoffs last season?
Exactly. It's like you're seeing it all.
They elevated some shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's like D'Amico starts to call a different defense, and it's pretty dope too, especially if you on that offense, if you're on the other side of the field and you think you know what's gonna happen. And D'Amico's just what we finding out. It's like D'Amico's like this mad scientist. I remember in San Francisco after he took over for Robert Saleh, people were kind of thinking that, you know, it's kind of easy for him because it was already a top defense and he just stepping in. But we seeing now that, you know, D'Amico really put his footprint on that defense, and they end up going to they didn't win the Super Bowl, but they made it to the Super Bowl. So we know we have a coach that can call Super Bowl capable defense. And I think that's what we're seeing. I think Kansas City is scared, man. I really do. I think that the intimidation, and that's my second point. Intimidation. I think we really gotta come in there, y'all, and beat their ass. Like, seriously. Like we gotta really beat these boys' ass. I'm talking about cool temperament. Don't lose control. Don't play out of control. But just do what we do as Houston Texans, because what I'm starting to see now is that, just like what I was saying when you was talking, Patton, that's what we are now. You know, I think when we, you know, as us as fans, we was looking to kind of see what the identity was this year. And as the year went on, we kind of started to see what we were. And I honestly see now that we a team that, what D'Amico said when he was sitting up there in that March of not last year, but the year before that, when he told us what he was going to bring to the team, I think that's what we are. I think the man was honest. He was a man of his word. He brought exactly what he said. And that temperament is exactly what's going to help us win tomorrow. We're going to go into Kansas City. We're going to intimidate them guys, man. I'm telling you, we just got to beat them up. That's what we got to do, man. And Travis Kelce look like he fat right now anyway, out of shape a little bit. So maybe a little slower than what he is, but something, and this is just a bonus thing. Man, they really do got to watch out for this dude with these laterals, bro. I was watching some videos the other day about Kelce doing laterals, and I'm like, bro, what the I don't know I think it was all the laterals that he's done in his career and I think it's been more over the last 3 years or whatever. But yeah, that's mean when he do that. I'm pretty sure he telling everybody on offense that, look, if I got the ball, always look for me to, you know what I'm saying, laterally pitch it or something like that. But yeah, he pretty good at it.
It's when it comes to laterals, bro, like your teammates got to know that's the type of time you on, and you as the laterer got to be precise. You got to be good with it, because if you fuck it up,
and everyone he did, it was miracles. But even that one, it's one he threw the P Ryan one time that was nice. Yeah. But yeah, I watched the game with Kansas City, right, and the Bengals. When the Bengals beat them in the championship game to go to the Super Bowl, and I watched that game and I watched it closely, and you want to know what I walked away with saying? The statement was, Kansas City is like they beatable. I think it's just the way that people look at them like, man, this is Patrick Mahomes. This is, you know, that they think that they unbeatable. They look at their uniform, they look at that logo like, man, it's a pretty beatable team. And even if you look at when we played them earlier, it looked like it was designed for us to not really win. I didn't want to see Tank get hurt the way he did. But remember I said on the show, Pat, and I said, hopefully we go to Kansas City and we don't really show them nothing that we going to actually try to bring to them if we got to see them in the playoffs. And I don't think we showed them too much if you think about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. One thing I can say is somehow Kelce find the soft spots in the zone. And I'm quite sure every defensive coordinator, every nickel, safety, linebacker say, man, how in the hell he gets so wide open? And he just managed to do that. So that's one of those things that you can't put two bodies on Kelce because you got they call him Hollywood, but I'm gonna call him Marquise. That's what his mama named him. You got Marquise and you got Worthy. You know, you can line those two guys wide and then you got D Hop, which is still a above average route runner, and you got Kelsey that can find the soft zone, and you still got Kareem Hunt that's really efficient with his offense, and Pacheco runs pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So you counter all of that, because I went back and looked at the last game, and Kansas City was getting the ball out of Mahomes' hand real quick because they knew what they was dealing with on the outside. But see, here's the thing. When you play offensive line, I don't care how good you are on the other side. When that ball is just coming out 1-2, bam, ball coming out 1-2, you are exerting energy. And the advantage is going to go to the offensive line as the game goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you start to, that ball's down short, you start to blitz, and then the drop becomes a 3-step drop to a 5-step drop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, if you go to 5 to 7, that's your wide 9.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to see. And once you see the wide 9, that means those receivers are running longer routes.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning keep your eye on Hop and Kelsey, especially on third downs. Make sure you respect over the top with Marquise and Worthy, and you got to get to the quarterback. We didn't get to the quarterback like we wanted to against Kansas City. So that's one of the things that it is so many things that D'Amico have to do, like all the responsibilities that D'Amico have to do on defense is the same thing that Shloer got to do on offense, because D'Amico got his hands full. And all I've been seeing is Patrick Mahomes never lost in a divisional round.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey got the greatest tight end stats of all time. You know, like we seeing all of these things. And it's going to take two guys. One is a head coach for 2 years, offensive coordinator for 2 years, quarterback for 2 years. You got to go out there and impose your will. And you got to do that early. The reason why you want to do that early is it's going to be cold, but take that damn fan base out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Had their ass sitting in the cold for 3 hours saying, damn, I guess this wasn't a joke. Had their ass walking like they getting prepared for a game. Like, I know Pat can go to the game. I ain't been to a game since 2006. That was the Oakland Raiders. You know, I just remember that, Pat. But you know, you prepare to go to the game. You gotta, if you tailgate or not, you get to the game, spend a couple hours there. After the game, you still pumped up. By the time you finish, you go stop and get something to eat. So that game day experience really take about anywhere from 8 to 10 to 12 hours up out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure Kansas City feel like, well, damn, man, I should have been at home for these 3 hours, because they came in, ate our food, did something to our wives, and
make them regret spending that ticket money. Like, I could have watched this at the house.
Hey, we just want to be totally disrespectful, under the rule of law.
That's the only look. I honestly believe, Killer, that's the only way we win this game. Like, I remember playing up against the Chargers, and I'm seeing what you're saying about Mahomes getting the ball out quick.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What I seen D'Amico doing was running plays where he was, kind of guarding the short part of the field. And what he was doing was, anytime anybody ran past those zones, they got hands on them players. I don't know if y'all was keeping that, but even this comment right here earlier where Marquis said KC receivers are fast but small, get physical with them and throw off the timing. That's exactly what they was doing to those guys with the Chargers. That's what you have to do with wide receivers like that, because even though they are fast, they small, bro.
But you know what?
And we got two of, if not the best press corners in the league on that outside.
Let me tell you something that Andy Reid do.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid will stack them. So you can have D-Hop that's, the eligible receiver on the line of scrimmage, and you have a speedster behind him. you ain't gonna be able to jam him because you got to respect that receiver. Because we seen it last week with the Texans. I think we had a play that we had Nico and we had, I don't know who the receiver. It could have been Robert Woods, and you got him stacked, and that's what Andy Reid do. Like he won a Super Bowl with that same scheme, where you stack that wide receiver where you can't get your hands on it. So now it's about knowing, okay, they're in the stack lineup. What are we going to do? Because we know Marquise can do, because they're going to stagger. They're going to come off the line of scrimmage and they're going to stutter step and they're going to get the safeties and the linebackers to see where they're going. And then it's one of those routes where the wide receiver have an option where he can just go straight. It can be a post. It can be a post. It can be a slant, or it can be a zero. But it all depends on that cornerback that's going to be playing pretty much nickel. That's going to be behind him.
Y'all don't think Jim was thinking the same way what y'all saying right now?
But we seen Andy Reid win Super Bowls like that.
I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure that that's the same way Jim Harbaugh, being a pretty good coach himself,
I don't think
that he can attack D'Amico's defense. I don't think that we should be worried about that. I understand what you're saying, and that is all true, but I don't think that it's something that the defense, because I promise you, if you start focusing on those little things, then they're going to beat you with the other things, right? That's why in the beginning when I said that those guys have to play like this kind of it's like an unconscious fluid game to where they not thinking, but they playing like hard. And that's what kind of defense D'Amico draws up. You don't have to think too much. He going to put you in the position to just do what you have to do. Pause. I think that was about 3 pauses in a row. But he just going to have you in position to do a lot of things that you can automatically do without having to think. And that's why I say aggressiveness. See, if you go out there and you say, look, I don't give a damn who coming off the line and when they coming off the line, within 5 yards, we can put hands on them. And that's even if, say if this person slips off the corner and they got to go running that middle across a linebacker, hey, toe-to-toe, smack him one time before he get out there into his route. Like, they're going to literally have to beat these dudes up tomorrow. I'm telling you, if we just let them run free and run their game,
right? Like I agree with that.
Killer, it's over with for us. I'm talking about it's literally over with us. Then we'll start, when we rewind this show back, it'll be about the keys that Kansas City did to whoop our ass and not what we gonna do to kind of counter that joint. Because, man, I'm telling you, we already know Andy Reid is like a diabolical genius, and he's gonna come with all kind of finesse. And see, when I see Andy Reid, that's what I see. I see finesse first and power second, but I see finesse first. And long as I'm seeing that finesse first, I know that a defense and a team like ours can go in there and be the proverbial buzzsaw or bust these dudes in the mouth. You know when they say, hey, I want the next headline to Sunday to say Kansas City got punched in the mouth. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to literally punch these guys in the mouth, bro. I'm telling you, that's the only way that I think we come out with this. CJ, like you said, Patton, got to play a mistake-free game. I don't want him to play so mistake-free that he's scared to take risk. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's going to take to win this game. When I watched that game, like I said, with the Bengals and Kansas City in that championship game a couple of years ago, it was a dogfight. And it's like, man, what do y'all feel about that? That's a good question to ask y'all. Do y'all think we built for a dogfight?
Let me go real quick. Starting with CJ, I really feel like, and he's like, CJ is not a direct, I don't like you, so I'm gonna talk to you direct, right? He's not that kind of person. He's one of those, I'm gonna shoot subliminals here and there, right? After the Kansas City game, he's made comments about, I can't cry no more. I can't cry about it. I can't be upset about it. I can't show y'all I'm mad about it. He just said that too many times, right? This guy's, he is taking that shit personal, and I love it because he knows, like, okay, we was on to something that we played them, and I always say I'm not a guy to make excuses, but the biggest excuse was we was tired, and that was a hard game before the hardest game because you see what happened on Christmas Day. You know what I'm saying? We ain't having this at all. Now you finna get a team that just play the game, beat their ass, belt to ass. We motivated, and we pissed off still, and we got something to prove. Job not finished. Like
Tim Settle. I don't know what Tim Settle got against Kansas City where he talked cash shit to them boys. I know
it's
watch Settle. Watch Settle more.
Settle was on he was on a Buffalo team. That's how they got. That's the issue with that.
Cause I know he got a bone pause. He seemed like he be talking shit about Kansas City. He don't like Mahomes for shit.
It be like.
I think that's one of the things that D'Amico said. I think Big Sarge said, hey, if you know Tim Settle, like he's one way all the time. So I'm just thinking like he's one of those guys. Like people feel like that you got to be the best player on the team to talk mad cash shit. You know, we watched teams where Draymond was the third best player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't gonna shut Draymond up. You know, sometimes you believe in your talent. You like people will say, "Oh man, he have no Pro Bowls. He not this, not that." Dude is in the NFL. Been on a couple of teams now. That means he can play ball.
Hey, part of that 1%.
And he's playing on one of the best defense as a contributor.
Mm-hmm.
So outsiders will look at him and be like, "Oh man, who is this guy?" Because I promise you, if he would have said that and he was on another team, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know who Tim Settle was. I mean, I
didn't know who he was until we got him. I did some research.
I give a shout out to AD. AD was the one I heard that was hammering for him. You know, so that's one of those things, man. Like, okay, I talk shit. We lost the game. You think that's going to change my personality? Nah, I'm coming back with the same. First of all, I'm going to tell D'Amico, hey, don't worry about it. We going to get him again. But, hey, don't be surprised that dude have a hell of a game.
Oh, I believe that's why I brought him up. I really believe what's the name? Tim Settle will have a hell of a game because of all the talking he been doing. Like, dude been talking. He actually had a couple of splash plays in the last game when we played him. And I made sure to see that because I'm like, bro, you be talking a lot of noise when it comes about Kansas City. And I do believe that's the game he came out of with the busted lip. And I was like, bro came out of there with his lip busted, talking even more shit. And I think, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think that one of the greatest assets that we got on this team, y'all, out of everybody on the 53, and I like to call him 54 sometimes too. I heard Joe say this, and I think when he said 54, he was talking about D'Amico being a part of the team too, because like he's that close to the team. I think Joe Mixon is like is gonna be the MVP, not of the game. I hope he is a playing. I really hope it's CJ, but may the best man win when it comes to that. But I'm saying MVP when it comes to the heartbeat, the pulse, the tone of what this team is gonna be going into the game tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Joe doing the speech before the game when everybody's surrounding them and everything before they do the Texans on 3. I think that because Joe been here. Joe is gonna keep everybody level-headed. Joe not gonna let everybody get too far out of control. Just kind of like what J.J. Watt told Will Anderson. Just play your game. Just play your game. Don't get too out of control. Just do what you've been doing because D'Amico is gonna put you in position to do that. Like don't get up in the morning and be like, man, I gotta go out here and do this. Because JJ said something too that was real peculiar. He said that don't do too much because you'll put yourself out of position and hurt your team. how many times did we see JJ Watt do that? And for him to tell Will that, bro, that's big. Pause. I think that was some of the best advice he could have gave Will, because he was like, hey, yo, I know you looking at me and you probably looking at me as JJ Watt, but one of the things I'm pretty sure JJ, if he could go rewind his career, he probably hates all of the plays he gave up by trying to just do extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a lot of the times when them big runs was ran on us back in them when JJ was on the field, it's because JJ would literally jump out of that position trying to run around somebody and do some old acrobatic ass shit that wouldn't work, and we get gashed for 50 yards. So for him to tell Will Anderson that, and then Will Anderson went out and performed like he did, that's
Right.
that was crazy. That was good. That was crazy work for JJ to tell him that. It said Joe loves D'Amico. There's a scene on Mic'd Up where Joe's right behind D'Amico waiting to get in on the love. It was cute. It's it's like he looks up to him. I sent it in the group. Yeah, for sure. See, and I liked after Joe scored that touchdown and D'Amico went down there, that Joe told him, he said, I told you. He said, I told you what I was finna do. So evidently before he went on that field, he told D'Amico, hey, I'm about to go do this. And we seen what happened. That's what give me the confidence in Joe, y'all. Joe, before that last drive where Joe was just marching that ball down the field, he told D'Amico he was finna go do that. And so that, to me, that just lets me know, man, I hope Joe plays real healthy tomorrow. I'm pretty sure with all of us just being conscious and work, he gonna be good. I just think that, bro, I can't wait. I can't believe that it's tomorrow, y'all. It's been a long week, but we're finally here, y'all. We are finally here.
Yo, round of applause. But Joe have two chips on his shoulder. The chip on the left is, I wanted to come back to Cincinnati, and this is where I started my career.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all couldn't even offer me a contract.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first chip. Number two is, he came to this team, and he is the vocal, visible leader on offense. And the reason why is he been to the Super Bowl. Who did he beat to go to the Super Bowl?
Patrick Mahomes. So he knows it's possible.
So he's looking at it like, oh, I can beat this cat, man. Like, I know what I can do. I don't care how good they are on defense.
Look, Killer, I believe he's saying it just like how you saying it right now. He like, bro, I beat him. Like, don't trip, y'all.
And check it out. Check it out, Nitty. Not only is he saying that, he's looking at everybody in the locker room saying, bro, I'm telling you, we can beat these guys, man. Like, we have a way better defense, and he's probably saying, I'm still me. Y'all know that.
Mm-hmm.
PJ, you're comparable to, Joe. All we have to do is just go out there and do what we need to do. Like, if we play mistake-free football, that's what Patton said. Mistake-free football. And that's on a couple of levels. When I say mistake-free football, that means I don't want CJ to even have to take a sack. If he don't get a sack and don't get a turnover and we don't fumble the ball in those conditions, you can't convince me we're not winning that game.
Mm-mm.
You can't convince me that, man.
Like I mean, I'm seeing it so clear now, bro. Like I've always been seeing it that we can beat these guys, but the closer we get into the game, y'all, it's like I'm really feeling it. This ain't no joke. This is real life. Like, we are actually gonna go, and I love that we being looked at as the underdogs. I don't know if y'all look at it as that we are being that it opened up as us as 8-point underdogs. I've been watching some past playoff games, right? And I've been watching, the points that were given. And that 8 points, I don't know if y'all understand that's not like Vegas saying like, hey, Kansas City finna beat the shit out the Houston. You get what I'm saying? With those odds right there, that's not Vegas saying, hey, they open up as a 14 points over us or something like that. No, it's only 8 points. And I know some people might say that's a lot, but it's not. That's some respect at the same time. It's also letting you know that they think that this game is going to be pretty close too. And I seen the same thing on NFL Network again, where everybody picked against us except the same lady who picked against us last time. I mean, they picked with us last time. I forget her name, but she's like a mathematical genius. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it, y'all. I really do, man. I don't know if who's all gonna be able to come out to the watch party. We'll definitely be in the building for the watch party tomorrow, man. It's gonna be some fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out AD too if I didn't say what was up already.
Yeah, what's up, AD?
For real, for real. Shout out to Terrence. Everybody in the bull ring, man, that's been coming. Let me give everybody a shout out.
My boy Mays, man, aka Montgomery.
Hey, we got AD Brandon in here. We got Sideline Sarah. We got T Jones in the building. We got Marquise. I hope your middle name ain't Sugar, but or maybe it's Vanilla. I don't know. Boy got that wafer in his Marquise Vanilla wafer would be nice though. But a sugar wafer, that could be a real pimp thing. You know what I'm saying? Sugar wafer. Yeah, but anyway. Let me I almost flash back. But we got G in the building. We got Neptune in the building. Stress is most definitely in the building. We got DQ, we got Patrick, man, and we got Matthew, if I didn't say that name already. But man, appreciate y'all tuning in on the show.
Hey, and to the ones who haven't commented, man, if you down there, you don't have much to say, just you can contribute just by putting a 3 in the comment section.
That's it, man. Just put a 3, man.
Put a 3 in the comment section. Texans on 3. We just want to shout you out and say thank you for tuning in, man. So put a 3 in the comment section.
Already. That boy Brandon say the Chiefs team couldn't drop 20 points on the Chargers this year. Yeah, like I watched I seen parts of that game too, Brandon, and that's why I'm telling y'all. I don't know, and I know I'm speaking, and I think that I'm speaking to Texas fans, the ones that still, because I be on Twitter or X, and I hear some of y'all like, man, we have no chance, and I be like, how can you consider yourself the no ball pause and say that we have no chance? Like, what kind of team do you think we have? I mean, even with the nation looking at our wide receiver, see our wide receiver room, right? Being that we don't have Diggs, and that's cool because you lose Diggs, that's important. You lose Tank Dell. That's very important. And being that they see that those 2 wide receivers are gone, they just think that our receiver core is like totally depleted. We have some playmakers, man. They can't make 30 plays, but they can make 15 plays, and that's all we need. You know what I'm saying? We need them to make plays at this time. We need CJ when you got a quarterback that's dynamic like CJ, you just need the plays to be ran. And this is a question I want to ask y'all because we haven't talked about this at all. Bobby Slowick, right? What would y'all grade? Because I don't remember asking y'all. This could be a short answer. What would y'all give Bobby as far as a grade going from A to F on what he did against the Chargers?
The start of the game, A. Wasn't his fault that Metchie fumbled. As the game progressed, C.
So you give him a C at the end. At the end of the game, you would give him a C.
The reason why I say a C, like I started at A because it's not your fault that Metchie fumbled. That was a damn good play call to start the game off, right? Mm-hmm. Something quick, get the ball out of CJ's hands. Excuse me. I go as far as a C because you got, I want to say 2nd and 1 or 1st and 1. There was in the red zone right there by the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of you running the ball with, and Joe was hot. Instead of you running the ball with Joe, you throw the ball, then we get it like a penalty or something. Or CJ take a sack and got back. Like, come on, like be situational. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. Your running back is hot. Give him the ball. You're right there, bro. Let him go. But instead, you want to throw the ball, and we take a sack. So starting the game
Mm-hmm.
at A, end of the game, even though we won, C.
Okay.
Yeah, that boy gave him a first semester and a second semester grade.
Yeah,
Boy.
man.
Mm-hmm.
He badly made out of here. He badly made out of here.
Hey, I'm gonna give that boy just probably a solid C.
Okay.
He did start off like Pat said. He started off pretty good. I like the plays that he was calling. I know a lot of people wasn't. I think it was the play to Mixon that was supposed to be the QB. I mean the running back pass.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if it's not there, you tuck the ball, but you still got to protect the ball. Like you have to be willing. Like Andy Reid called trick plays, and when he call them and it works, they call him a genius.
Mm-hmm.
When Bobby called a play that don't work, they call him an idiot. I mean, the difference is the execution on the field.
Exactly. Like so look, if Joe, and I mean this is obvious, it's Captain Obvious. If Joe, actually tucks that ball and gets about 8 yards on that play, then we not talking about how bad that play was, right?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you how some Texans fans are, and this let me jog back your memory. Remember when Diggs was doing a quarterback, a wide receiver pass?
I know
He
exactly
tucked
what you're talking about.
He tucked it, ran it in for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
People were still pissed. Why is Bobby running the trick play? And then we go back, and I think the Lions played that night.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first quarter, Johnson had ran 2 trick plays.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, trick plays, like, it ain't like that the NFL said if you call a trick play, it's only going to count for 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
Man, a trick play counts for 7 points. And if you execute it, I wouldn't give a damn if it's an end around that everybody hate. If it's a halfback toss pass, it still counts if you execute it. Now, I do agree with it. It depends on what side of the field that you're on. You don't want to call too many trick plays, inside of your 20 or your 30, because if it don't work, you faced with 2nd and 22 or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I'm gonna be honest though, y'all. Where else on the field is that type of play specific? I'm talking about the one where the running back pass. It's normally effective like once you in the 30-yard range.
In the 30-yard line. And this is where I had a conversation with AD, because AD was like, inside the 30, you don't call that. I seen Johnson call multiple trick plays with offensive tackles and all kind of stuff. And it's always inside the 20, the 10 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what you practice for, their defensive formation, and do you think it's going to, if it's going to execute? Because you got to come to the line of scrimmage and see the defense that you want and say, yeah, this is going to work.
Whoever that defensive player was for the Chargers that stayed with the wide receiver, that was just a phenomenal play. That was a good play, like, because he could have easily just bit on the run. He could have easily did that, and I remember a few shows ago saying that we get mad at Bobby, right? But is it just like these defenses are making good plays? And if the defense is making plays, which they getting paid millions on the other side too, then it's kind of weird, right? That it kind of puts us not able to make a clear cut just judgment on Bobby, right? We can say, okay, Bobby, hey, it's been some good defenses that's been going against some of the stuff you have been doing. But like y'all say, most of the time, Bobby have a good fucking scheme going, and then next thing you know, it's some kind of penalty. So I feel like he's calling plays with that in mind too. Like, man, maybe, so we don't get this ball pushed back another 10 yards. Let me try to just run the ball. And then we be getting called on holds too. Like that hold that I saw, not even that, I think it was on Howard. it was this one crazy hole where he kind of grabbed a dude by the shoulders and kind of turned him around. And then it was also him who did the clipping play too.
Leg whip, yeah.
Yeah, where he just whipped his leg around. And it's like, man, I feel Bobby on some of that stuff. But me personally, I think I'm gonna go with what Brandon said. I'm gonna give him a B. I'm not going to give them all the way a C just because the Chargers made some good plays. I'm just going to say, hey, Chargers made some good plays. There was some plays that CJ kind of left on the field a little bit too. Like, he probably shouldn't have thrown that pass to Schultz in the end zone that could have been potentially picked off that they had to call back. That was a bad play. He shouldn't have threw that. But
no, Schultz was open. Schultz was open.
He just threw it in an area.
He threw it too late. There was a late throw by CJ.
And that's what he's been doing a lot lately, too, man.
Yeah.
Let's just hope CJ be on time with these throws tomorrow, y'all. Trust what he see. Look, that's what it is. He got to trust what he see.
When it comes to trick plays, it don't matter when you call them. It's all about if it works.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about a trick play is you never see it coming. If you playing conventional, line it up, run a regular play, pass or run, and then out of the blue, you hit it with something crazy. Because see, most trick plays, you never see it coming. 9 times out of 10, you're never going to see it coming because the team is in always motion. Like, we motion a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So our motion can be a regular motion because it normally always is a regular motion. So for us to hit them with a trick play, I believe we can hit at least 3 trick plays tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. But what Killer said too, though, man, it's really got my antennas up now. Like, us being an aggressive defense, we also gonna have to play cool and not play on the front of our feet, but kind of play like in the middle of our feet, if that makes any kind of sense. We don't want to be on our heels, but we don't want to be we don't want to be so aggressive, because see what Andy will do to an aggressive defense. I'm telling you, he gonna do some tricks. We know Andy gonna come with them tricks, bro. That's what he do. And the trick plays normally work against aggressive defenses. So it's weird, bro, how we gonna have to like toe the line tomorrow.
Look, we are naturally aggressive as far as hitting you and getting in your face, but like I told you guys earlier, like my main key, bro, is the D line, but more so the D tackles. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Fadakowski, Settle, Edwards, Autry, if they put Will on the inside, the D tackles have to get pressure in the A gaps. If they are able to do that, that's going to create negative plays in the run game. That's going to collapse the pocket for on Pat, and that's going to cause Pat to either roll to the left or to the right because there is no going through the middle, right?
Right.
And let's just say he's able to get past maybe Will, maybe Daniil. There has to be a linebacker, whether it's Henry T on the right or Harris to the left.
Oh yeah, somebody gonna smack him.
Somebody's gonna get your ass. You're gonna get hit. And I'm gonna tell you this. The game is not us against the Kansas City Chiefs. The game is against us versus the Chiefs versus the refs.
Right.
Like, we got to play a disciplined game on offense, defense, and special teams.
You want to know why that's scary, though, Patton? Why that's actually scary, what you're saying?
Why?
Because even though for the last 4 years, people have been talking about Kansas City and the refs, and the shit still happens, bro. You know, when something get light shaded on it, they be like, "Oh shit, everybody paying attention to it." So now let's kind of get away from that. Man, that shit is still happening, bro. I'm talking about
he did stop the Patriots with the deflating ball.
Mahomes is LeBron James, bro, and what I mean by that, he is Mr. Flop, bro. He flops like in that Texans game. That roughing the passer was a flop, bro.
Of course,
he threw his head back. I'm talking about he literally was like, "Oh."
The scoop and score we got. What it should have been a fumble.
Yeah,
they call that back. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna take a lot, bro.
Yeah, I agree, Pat. You are on point with that A gap with getting pressure up the middle because
that's the number one key, bro.
And y'all know that that's the most powerful, or not powerful, but the most potent part of their offensive line is the middle. I think they got an all-pro guard in there some kind of way somewhere.
He's moved to left tackle, Joe Turney.
Oh, okay. Shit, it's going down then.
Oh, that's gonna be him and Daniil our game.
It's going down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Since I saw a video explaining how in group will run pick plays to beat man. Yeah, see, look, let me tell you, all the old coaches know this. Belichick, before he left New England, they were the king of pick plays. I've never seen nobody. As a matter of fact, I used to think that the Patriots invented that shit. Like, because I never seen nobody do that more than the Patriots. I remember watching the Patriots play before I knew what the pick play was. And I would just be like, because this was during the time I was hating the Patriots. And I would just be like, how the fuck is they getting people? Why the fuck? Like, how is this? And then you watch on replays of the games and you like, bro, this is wild. They running these pick plays. So that's
they run them because their receivers know how to they know how to fake the funk. You got to sell the pick play. A lot of teams that use a pick play, the players that are running the pick plays, they don't know how to set them. You got to think about it. The Patriots isn't really, as an organization as a whole, their team is built off of role players, right? I got to play my role. If I do this just right, somebody else may score and the team may benefit. That's how Andy Reid runs his shit. Now, the thing is, though, the only way to beat a pick play, you can't play press. You can't. If you're gonna play press, you gotta press hard. Like that first punch,
you gotta demolish him. Yeah,
that first punch gotta push the receiver off his note. If they're able to do that, you risk a chance of them running into each other, which is a good thing for us, which also creates more time for Patrick. Like, oh shit, it ain't there. I gotta go over here, and by the time you go over there, boom, sack.
There you go, right there. That's what you want to do. Take away that 1-2 option from him. And like I say, I really do, but like that whole pick play shit, that's an old school. Really, I call it dirty because it's really kind of it's you making something happen that normally accidentally happens in the game. And that means that if you got a cross route that's going this way and a cross route that's coming over this way, that those receivers will meet at a certain point, and just the coverage that's covering them, they got to cross between. It's a certain point that they got to cross to try to miss each other. But if those receivers have been lined up watching each other all week at practice and they run that motherfucker so precise to where
what it is, though.
What it is.
Are you bending the spoon or is the spoon bending?
Yeah.
Perception is everything.
Yeah. So you have to. So what they do, because see, I like how you said earlier that, you know, not all teams know how to do that. Tank Dell tried to run a pick play one time and they threw the flag on him, offensive pass interference, and he was like, what? And I was even like, what? Because it really looked like he did what he was supposed to do. It didn't even look like it was intentional or nothing, but I guess him being so small, they was like, hey, you really
but you know the key to that is, and I can go way back to when and I'm gonna make two examples. Back when in the NBA and illegal defenses was like, they'll call it, if you just playing zone. You couldn't play zone back in the day. Well, the Seattle Supersonics used to always play zone. And George Karl said one time in an interview, he said they may call it once, they may call it twice. They ain't gonna call it the whole game. So what happens with Andy Reid, if you call it one time, Andy Reid is not gonna deviate from that again, because he's gonna call it again. That referee is gonna consciously know that I am not going to throw this flag on this pick play every time that it happened, because subconsciously he's going to be like, can't do that. And I think the difference is that's what great coaches do. They test the referees. That's why you always have that coach on the sideline talking to that referee and just talking. Timeouts is happening. They go into the middle of the field and say, hey, man, there wasn't a
D'Amico's starting to do it more. D'Amico's starting to do it a whole lot more. He's starting to be a whole lot more vocal with them guys.
And I'm going to tell you, the only way, because Metch and Hutch don't get separation, the only way that those guys is going to get open is going to be crossing routes. So that's one of the things, and that just came to me. That's one of the things that we probably going to have to look at. Like crossing routes and, 1, 2, 3, getting the ball.
That play where Hutchinson got the ball where after the snap went out of CJ hand over his head. That's what that was a deep end. He took that and he was happened to be running across the field. That's why I give Bobby a B, because Hutchinson didn't even have to be in position to be running that route at that time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that he did, made that route as he seen CJ running. No, he didn't be in that route. He was already running that route. And so he was already just in the perfect position when CJ looked over there. But other than that, though, y'all, like, man, I know we getting close. No, we are at an hour now. Oh, yeah, I know we're going to get ready to wrap up pretty soon, y'all.
Score predictions.
Yes. Score predictions. That's why I wanted to bring up my guy comment right here. He say, this is Derek Green Jr. He says, what is our score predictions? Hold on, let me bring us up a little groove to go out to while we chopping it up on this last little few minutes. I'm gonna say my score prediction. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm seeing in my head, and I gotta go with what I see in my head. I'm seeing 31-17. That's what I'm seeing in my head, y'all.
You want me to go, Pat? All right. Before I go, man, these are two of the things that I wrote down. This game will determine if the season is a success or a failure. If we, and I hate to put this out there, but just so happen this game is unsuccessful on our behalf, we finished with the same exact record from last year.
In the same position.
That can't be a success. I don't care what you say. That's not a successful season.
It's not.
If we win this game, this is going to be one of the best teams and season that we can have. And then my last point is, will CJ put on his cape? The reason why I say that is because you had Superman. Superman wasn't walking around as Clark Kent in the office with that shirt and top with the glasses on with his cape on because that's what he wanted to do. He put on that cape because he had to. So we need CJ to come in and just put on this cape when it's needed. Go ahead and just stay within the confines of the game. And when it's time to put on that cape, like he did last week, caught the ball, rolled out, made a throw. That was CJ putting on a cape.
I think this him permanently. I think we see more of that tomorrow, Killer. I really do.
That's what the great ones do. So off the top of my dome, if I'm going to pick a score, I'm going to say the Texans 34, the Chiefs 23. I damn sure don't want to give them 23. I want this shit to be a blowout. That's my prediction of what.
That's them trying to come back at the end of the game.
That's what I think it will be. If you ask me what I want it to be, I want it to be where they just, before we leave the stadium, they have to call the Kansas City police and say, hey, man, somebody committed a crime. We got to question all you motherfuckers. Like, somebody going to have to pay for this crime. Y'all not leaving the city.
You know what I thought you were going to say? That they're going to have to call security so they're going to start throwing bottles at us.
Y'all committed a felony in front of 80,000 people. We got to talk to somebody about this, man. Go ahead, Thad.
All right. $28-13.
Like that.
Okay.
28-13.
So you got Hawaiian Punch not even being a factor of the game, huh?
Nah, not gonna need them.
Hey, in this weather, we don't need it.
Nah, not gonna need them.
Don't want to depend on them either. I get that.
Oh, definitely don't want to have to depend on my guy. Hey, AD say 34-17.
I tell you how I spread it out. I'm gonna give you the 4 touchdowns. CJ 2 in the air. Nico got 1. What's my guy, man? Damn it.
Think Jared Wayne get one?
Yeah. Jared Wayne get the first touchdown.
He get one
Nico,
for Tank.
Yeah, Jared Wayne get the first touchdown. Joe Mixon get the second. Nico get the third, and the defense will get the 4th touchdown. That's 28.
Hey,
Nitty, you think Jared Wayne gonna get a touchdown?
I think so, man, because I'm gonna tell you this. Somebody's gonna surprise us tomorrow, and I do think that it's gonna probably be either Wayne or Hutchinson. I'm telling y'all, Hutchinson turned up. Watch him tomorrow. Watch Hutch. Hutch gonna play like a real number 2 receiver tomorrow. Watch. Mark my words.
That boy said met you with two TDs. But hey, I asked you that for a question because I was listening earlier, and I want to put this out in the universe. Patton said Wayne, you said Wayne, I said Wayne. I was listening to the rundown. I think AD said he think Wayne may get one. Okay. If it wasn't him, it was somebody else. So hey, we got to put that out there because I think, man,
it's already out there.
That's gonna be a story for him, man. And you're gonna see Tank Dell on the sideline, bro. It'll be great to see that dude catch his first playoff touchdown and go over there and just hug Tank Dell, bro.
Hey, that's TV. That's real. I might shed a tear right there, bro. Come on, man. Like, really? They gonna do me like that?
I'm telling you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I see that, man. I'm gonna turn into how CJ was that time on the field. I'm gonna be like, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this right quick, and then we're gonna get up out of here. My brother, my big brother, who I say we from North Carolina, but for some reason, this dude is like he has this crazy love for the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I'm talking about, he went on Facebook, he was crying and everything, right? And I remember just laughing my ass off. But at the same time, I had to sit back. I leaned back in my chair and I'm like, what the hell wrong with this nigga? Like, I almost was like, bro, what is you crying for? But I think I'm kind of getting close to like where he is. Because, like, man, if the Texans win, bro, and win the Super Bowl, and bro, that's just gonna be too crazy. That, like, I don't know. I don't know what I do, but I know that it's possible, it's capable. We even got people putting religions in it now for the game tomorrow. I seen one meme where they got Patrick Mahomes with all kind of devil worship and magic and black magic stuff, and they got CJ over here with, you know, somebody even said CJ bringing Jesus to, you know what I'm saying, to Kansas City tomorrow to beat Patrick Mahomes, who made a deal with the devil. I'm like, hey, however y'all want to put it, but I just know one thing for sure, man, y'all. I'm not just saying this out the side of my neck. I do really believe that the city as a whole, like, y'all know I love to talk about CC, which is collective consciousness, meaning the way all of us think at one time can make something happen. And I can honestly say, I think the city really truly believes that we can go out there and win this game, y'all. I think we may have about 1 or 2 knuckleheads out of there, the 1-2%, but I think that 98% of us, 99.5% of us believe that the Texans are gonna win tomorrow, and they are, y'all. I really think we are, and I just know that by tomorrow night, if they win, just know tomorrow night we will have a show. And we'll be talking about them going to a championship game, our first championship game. I might cry for that, y'all. I don't know. I might drop some tears just to know that the Houston Texans, for the first time in franchise history, will be going to the championship game, y'all. Do not let that, don't take that for granted. And hey, I don't know if I'm gonna sleep tonight, y'all. know I'm gonna have to take me some I'm gonna have to take me a Benadryl or something. But yeah, it's gonna be a rough night. It's gonna be easy for y'all. I see y'all got that. I don't know what y'all sipping on over there, but
I take some magnesium.
Oh yeah, that magnesium really, I done ran out of it.
Yeah, hey, I got a whole bottle, and I know you know about this, Smitty. That tart cherry.
Tart cherry? Oh yeah.
I drank some of that tart cherry last night.
Oh, man. I thought you was talking about something else. Tart cherry. My bad.
No.
Talking about a new strain or something. My bad. I thought when Bo was talking about a strain, that's why I thought you pointed out to me like, Nitty, I know you know. Like, yeah, I do know, brother. I ain't gonna lie. But other than that, though, y'all, man, we are going to win this game, man. And just have fun tomorrow. Everybody be safe. Everybody wake up in the morning, brush your teeth. Be ready to watch a hell of a game tomorrow, y'all. The whole world is against us. There's a lot of people that do not believe that the Texans have a chance, but we know what's about to happen tomorrow. We know what team we got. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's all I got to say, y'all. Anything else y'all want to bring to it? I'm good.
Now we win this game, man. We're gonna be I don't care what happened to the rest of the games. I don't care. When we win this game, we're going to be the first story on every show for the rest of the week.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That's exactly how it's going to go down, too. I'm talking about, we are going to literally be, I'm talking about world famous. It's gonna be the world famous Houston, Texas. Let me ask y'all one last question. This the last one. This is guaranteed the last question. We win this game tomorrow. When Patrick Mahomes walks up to CJ Stroud, first, does he walk up to him? Does he shake his hand?
Of course he does.
Does he tell him to go win the hey, go ahead and go win the Super Bowl like they already do?
His exact words.
His
exact words gonna be, "Great game. Go win it all."
That's what I think he's gonna say.
It's gonna be short because when we played them on was that Christmas Day?
Mm-hmm. Week before Christmas.
Week before Christmas.
3 days before Christmas.
He said we'll see y'all again.
He said see you in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be real short. Like it ain't gonna be like a long conversation.
And he said we're praying for Tank too. Yeah, he said that.
He gonna say good game. Go win it all. Wow.
I'm telling you, his face is gonna look pretty mad. I'm telling you, I know him. He gonna be mad at the refs. It's gonna be. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be like, remember when he lost that game to Josh Allen? I think it was something that your boy did, number 19, the one they kicked off the team. Kadarius Toney was lined up off the line or something, and he just went and hit Josh, and he was like, man, you know that was some bullshit, and walked off. That just let me know, like, Patrick Mahomes be having them feelings, and I think we whoop their ass tomorrow. It's not gonna be as cordial as y'all think, man. He might not even go up to CJ, bro. He might just go to the locker room, bro.
I don't care.
He gonna lose to the Texans tomorrow, bro, but it's all good, man. We love y'all. It is the Texans on 3. Hey, we will tune back in with y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all will see us at the live game thing. We I don't know if we link it into ours so everybody's will be on there at the same time. But either way, we'll be chiming in with y'all at the game tomorrow for a little bit of live game commentary. But either way, though, man, it's the Texans on 3, Texans on 3, Texans on 3, baby. Hey, that was the wrong button. Hold on.
It was. It ain't draft time yet.
Hey, now you know what that means, though.
Yeah.
That means that it's some X-File stuff is about to happen tomorrow. Boom! Hey, y'all already know what it is, man.
No, not finished. All right.
Troubles not finished.
We're up out of here, man. Texas on 3, y'all.
That's what's up.